Hey, good morning everyone. So this video, I'm gonna go over why you need some sort of filtering system or a filter. The pond would be pretty clear. I can see all the way to the bottom. But now my filter is just, right here in the backyard. So looking closely, you can see where the pump water splits into two. One goes to the plants, the other goes back to the filter. But here we go. So if you look in here at the very beginning, you'll see that, the water doesn't look that bad. You can still see the roots and it looks somewhat clear. But as we make our way towards the middle and eventually towards the end, you'll see how things start to change. So right here, I can see some sand, I can see some waste being accumulated. And here's another one. This one, it's a lot more evident. There's dirt, poop, muck, whatever you want to call it, being stuck in the middle. And this is still pretty much, nothing compared to what's inside the pond. So I'll show you in a little bit. So see, the water looks pretty clear, but at the bottom, trash, debris, waste is just building up. And it shouldn't be that way. So when I was building my pond, I did want to have some sort of ecosystem. On these roots, you can see there are little snails, the little water fleas, and some little larvae. But as you can see right here, as soon as the roots were removed, the water was disturbed, and there goes all that waste. It's gonna go back into the pond. So things aren't looking too good. Now, I knew I needed a filter, and I've always had a filter, but I wanted to see how things would work out without one now that I had the plants in here, because they're there to help get like the ammonia and, all that fish waste chemicals that's bad for the fish. But let me show you how the actual pond looks. If we go inside, you'll see that there's a lot of trash, debris just floating around. See, I can see the fish just because it's pretty close to us, but farther away, you can't even see from one side of the pond to the other. Whereas before, I could see all the way to the bottom. I can see the sand, I can see the freshwater mussels, sometimes even the freshwater clams on the sand. But looking right here, you can see there's a lot of debris, a lot of trash. Even the walls have this dirt, debris, trash, building up on them, simply because I don't have a filter right now. That's a better look. But still, doesn't look too good. Alright, so now for the main part. This part right here is where the koi do not have access to this little environment. So mostly the guppies, rosy minnows, and other little life that I have here tends to hang out over here. But if you see the bottom, you would assume that's like the bottom of the pond. But nope, I am able to submerge my GoPro a good 4-5 inches into the muck, into the waste that's just building up over here. So I gotta clean this. I need to put my filter back into my pond because I gotta, get rid of all this. It's all, waste. And I did have freshwater mussels and clams on this side as well, and I was able to find some, but they were dead. They died. I went to the deep end, I checked where the koi are at. I checked, and my mussels, my freshwater clams, they're still alive. But the ones that were right here, you know, they didn't make it. So, yep, here we go. So I took off the case for the GoPro because I want to show you how it looks like inside of the actual 4-inch PVC pipes on the aquaponics system. So just give me a second. Gotta flip it towards where I can hold it just right without actually dropping it in the hole. And here we go. So that's the first plant that I have before the actual water gets divided into two. So it doesn't look that bad. The roots, you know, they have plenty of room. The 4-inch PVC pipe, more than enough room for them. If you go smaller, you might have problems where the pipes get clogged. And if you look how it's starting to look towards the middle and towards the end, you'll see that things aren't looking too good. So once again, that's not a bad picture, but you can see how debris, dirt, sand, waste is just accumulating. And if once we look the other way, things aren't looking too good. You can still see on the top of the pipe where the water level used to be before I actually changed my my water pump, because it used to go almost to the top. The plants had water pretty easy. Now if I wanted to plant something, I would have to make sure that the actual roots were actually touching the water. If not, they would die. So right now it's December, pretty cold, but the plants are still doing okay. Not the best spot for them because they don't get a lot of sunlight, but it's the only spot I have right now. We got a spider web, it's in our way. No big deal. So yeah, it is what it is. So you do need, pretty much bottom line, you do need a filter. Not just to get rid of the waste, but also to prevent, a buildup of sand or any somewhat large particles from being stuck in your aquaponics system. Other than that, it's a learning experience. Thanks, everyone.